So the first thing I'm going to do with the chorus is actually change the hi-hat to cymbals. And then just change my loop bar here, just click and drag at the top there. So here's what it sounded like before. And then with the cymbals. So by clicking on the different numbers there on that slider, I can actually choose different variations. Maybe when it's on 2 and 4, it's on the ride, and then when it's on 4, it's on all the crashes. So that's just a bigger rock sound. So now I'm actually going to change my rhythm guitar. And I'm going to do it on 8th notes. So I'm going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Just on the same chords. So same chords as before. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pan that to the left. And this is creating a bigger stereo image. And then I duplicate the track, Command D, pan that to the right, and do the same thing, the exact same thing. When you double track like this, it's a bigger sound. So now we have 2 tracks doing the same thing. So I'm actually going to do an even crazier thing where I add another 2 tracks, left and right, but with a different guitar sound. I'm going to do a 5th harmony. So all I'm doing is the same power chord, but a 5th harmony above. From my first E power chord, I go down a string and then up 2 frets. And I do that with all the chords. So it's creating a stacked 5th. So I'm just going to do the same rhythm. And you can adjust the volume and the mix of this by just turning that slider down. Just click and drag the little ball, drag it to the left to turn them down. And you can have a play around with the mix. And I might just put that a little bit further to the center with the pan in. And I'm going to duplicate this track now and do the same thing on the right. So I won't pan it all the way to the right, just a little bit. And I'll record the exact same thing, double track that. So you can solo each track, all the guitars, and maybe you want to just have a play around with the mix, turn things up and down, see how you like it. Cool, and then I need to do the same thing, but with my bass. So I'm going to record 8th notes, same notes that I used for the before. So all the same bass notes, but now it's just on 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And remember, you need to press Alt, Shift and down to put it down a whole octave. Okay, the chorus is sounding a lot bigger now. So I've had a little bit of a play around with the mix, and I've made the harmony guitars, the black and orange guitars, I've made them lower than the first initial amp switcher ones. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Command A to highlight all the tracks, and then I'm going to press Command R to repeat everything. So it's just easily copied and pasted it right after where my chorus finishes. And I'm going to delete that little drum fill there and just drag this out to the end of bar 20. And let's just hear how it goes from the chorus into the next section. Cool. So I think I'll add my guitar in here and let's just see how that sounds. Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of dragging all of this to the right, and I'm just going to make a little gap, a little 2-bar gap, and maybe I'll just have drums just to break this up a little bit. Cool, makes a good little transition. So just click and drag at the top just to make that loop. And I think I'm going to add in my harmony guitars. I'm going to use these chords, but instead of plucking 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on these chords, I'm just going to do 1 strum each. And I'm actually going to do it on my amp switcher lead guitar part down at the bottom here. So just 1 strum on each of those harmony chords. So for this part, I actually just did the first chord and then I didn't do the second one. I just left there as a gap and I thought that sounded a lot better. Sometimes you don't have to do all the chords all the time. So it's good to just take one of them out. So in this case, I did the first chord, left the gap, then did the third one and the fourth one. So there's actually like a really cool thing you can do here to make this sound a bit more interesting. You can bounce it in place and put it in reverse. And I think this sounds super cool. It's just a simple little thing that just makes your guitar like track just sound way more interesting. So I just right click and I click bounce in place. And don't worry too much about all these like different things here. And if you want to rename it so you know which track it is, just call it like reverse guitar. That way you can tell the difference between the original recording and this new reverse track that we're going to do. Just click OK. So it bounces it in place and then you double click on it and go to File, Functions, and Reverse. If I just close that and solo it, you can hear it's everything I played in reverse. So that's a really simple and effective technique there. So this is my next section here, and I think I'm going to do like a little bit of a build up, and I'm actually going to change how I play the chords. I'm going to do what is known as palm muting eighth notes. So if you're a guitarist, you probably know what this is. See, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This is a great way to build suspense and build into the next section. So I need to do the exact same thing but on my bass. I'm going to use all the same notes that I did before, but now just palm muting and doing eighth notes. Those muted grey boxes, just click on them and press backspace to delete them. I know I don't want those, so I just delete those and it just makes everything tidier. Alt, Shift and down to put it down a whole octave. Great. So I'm going to take this chorus section, I'm actually going to drag it to the right because I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready for that section. I'm still building. Just going to hold down Alt, click and drag to the right there to copy and paste that. And And my last two bars are going to be not palm muted. I'm actually going to gradually increase the intensity of my picking. Just on the last two bars there. So that's from G power chord to A power chord. One and two and three and four and one and two and three and four and just get gradually intense there. And I'll do the same thing on my bass. So you can see the waveform, how it gets bigger towards the end. And of course, remember, Alt Shift down to put it down an octave. Great, I'll move that back over now because I think I'm ready for my transition. So something's not quite right here. I'm going to change the drums. So what I do is right click and then click convert to MIDI and then press P for the piano roll. There's a specific drum fill that I want to happen here. I want my drums to be locked in tight with the guitars and the bass on that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and to build up there. So you can see I'm just putting them all in on every other bar line there. Those are the 8th notes. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it all on the snare. And I'm not going to do it on the kick. I'm going to do it on the low tom there. So I want it on snare and low tom. But the problem is I still have everything else. So I just need to go in and just delete all of those. So just highlight the ones you don't want. We're keeping the snare and the low tom. So get rid of hi-hat. All the hi-hats there. Couple of kicks. So I can just highlight, click and drag with Alt, holding down Alt, and it just copies and pastes it over there. And then just a couple of extra ones maybe. Yeah. Yeah, just a couple of extra ones there. Maybe I don't need that last one. The velocity is over in the bottom left there. And I'll just turn that slider up and it gets more intense in how hard it hits. I'm going to have the first bar, the first 4 really quiet, then have these a bit louder, and then these ones kind of like more towards maximum velocity. So I think I'm going to do the same thing but with my right panned guitar now as well. Sometimes too much of a jump in dynamics just doesn't sound too right. So now we have a bit more of a better blend between the two sections. Here it is from the beginning of the verse. It's good to go back over what you've done and just review. Yeah, that's cool. So I'm thinking maybe in this section here, I go back to my lead guitar and do you know what? I'm just going to rename it lead guitar so that I know what it is. I'm getting confused by how many different guitar tracks there are now. I'm just going to play this simple picking part using the chords from my previous high harmony guitar that I use in the chorus part, rhythm section. So I'm using the 5th above chords that I used before, Instead, I'm not doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm going plucking the D string and then plucking the G string. So I'm just pluck, 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 pluck. So this has gotten a little bit more complicated with different guitar parts, variety in structure and dynamics. So please comment below if you have any questions about anything. I hope it hasn't been too confusing. In the next video, I'm going to talk about using a bridge section